At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
If you grill it, he will come.
Hey.
Is this heaven?
Nope. It's fairway.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams. It's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Extreme Arena in Coralville for the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Dar Danielson here along with Daniel Versteeg as we move to the Class 4A round here. 5A is complete. We go to 4A, and here on Court 2 we'll have the 2-seed Sioux City Heelan at 41-3 against number 7 Carlisle 25-9. And Sioux City, a perennial here at the tournament. Hard to believe Carlisle, their first ever trip.
I know.
We've seen them so much on up in Fort Dodge, you know, in softball. They're there every year and battling every year. But here in volleyball, and that in itself is special because no matter what happens here today, these girls will say, we were on the first Carlisle team that ever made it to state volleyball tournament.
Yeah, they're already in their school's record books. Regardless of how this match goes, they could get all shut out, and they're happy to be here, obviously, with a ton of success already this season.
Yeah, let's talk about their road to state here.
Yeah, well, they had to beat a top 10 team. You know, the Marion Wolves having a great year. It was a 5-set thriller in Carlisle, a great win there to get to the state tournament. We're going to see a lot of Ashley K. Christensen here today, an outstanding hitter for Carlisle, a first-team all-conference selection twice, and she'll be playing volleyball at Eastern Michigan University. And then Carlisle's got a great block as well with Ava Chanthavong, almost a block a set. Can you believe that? That's a very strong front row. And Bishop Heelan, we've seen them here at state a number of times, 41-3, got past MOC Floyd Valley in the region championship in a 3-set matchup. They've got an experienced setter in Maddie LaFleur, and they've also got a pretty good front row with Dara Millette, who's averaging right at a block percent.
And I like that name Dara for some reason. I don't know. It sticks out to me. Yeah,
I don't know why you'd like that name.
Anyway, so the winner of this one will face the winner of our nightcap, North Scott and Glenwood, coming up here on Court 2. So that's the way it sets up, and the teams are warming up here in just a little bit. We'll get the Class 4A portion of the tournament underway. You're watching the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, a fifth-generation farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, executive director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We're excited to have you join us for the Girls State Volleyball Tournament.
As title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we're proud to support this fantastic event. At the Iowa Farm Bureau, we believe that strong farms and strong schools go hand in hand. Iowa farmers are some of the most productive individuals in our state, working endlessly to grow and raise nutritious food and sustain our communities. Student athletes are also incredibly productive, dedicating countless hours to train and excel in their sports. Partnering with the Girls Union allows us to celebrate both groups while supporting and empowering the Iowa girl.
Reaching the state tournament is no small feat, and it takes a strong support system. Thanks to the Iowa Farm Bureau, we're able to honor students for their outstanding achievements, both on the court and in the classroom. They are committed to your success, helping provide awards, grants, and scholarships to honor excellence in athletics and academics.
As Iowans, we have much to be proud of. Whether you're a student competing today or a fan cheering on your school, we all play a role in making our state shine. So from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations on a fantastic season and best of luck in the tournament games.
You're watching the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Getting ready for a quarterfinal, Carlisle Wildcats, Sioux City Heelan Crusaders. We saw Milwaukee Northwest been beaten 3 times by Ankeny. They pull off the upset. Right. You could see first-time team Carlisle get the upset here. You don't know, but Sioux City Heelan Crusaders are going to make that pretty tough to do.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing with a team that's here for the first time. They are such a wild card, right? You don't know. Are they going to crumble under the lights, or is it just going to – are they playing with house money? Are they going to be overconfident and you know, just able to play their game?
You don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
You come out and you play hard. Yeah.
You don't know any better. You don't know that you're playing a team that's won 3 state titles, has been here 20, 25 years, you know, in school history. You don't know all that just because you're so naive to it, and that's not an issue. And I think it can help a team like Carlisle to play better and compete with a tough team like this.
One of the things is several of the players are on that state title softball team.
Right.
We talked about it in July, so they know what the tournament spotlight is like. Yep. and what's out there. And Coach Flaws, I know he's the run down the first and come back when you foul it off, that kind of thing here. You know, so it's not like they haven't been exposed to state tournament play, but just the first time in volleyball. And there's got to be real excitement to be here and do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, like you said, with all the success that the softball team has had, they're very familiar with what it takes to to win at the highest level. But yeah, it's just new. Yeah, it's a new town to go to for a state tournament. It's a new atmosphere to be in. It's a new time of the year. You just you have a lot of excitement, and you can tell there's a great contingent on this near side of the floor from Carlisle that has come to support the Wildcats. Hopefully make a little noise here.
And for Heelan, it's been since 2007 since they brought home the big trophy, you know, so they, you know, and of course we see them in basketball, we see them in a lot of different things. Soccer, yeah, so you know, they too have experience and know what it's like to be on the tournament trail. So.
And they've been here, this is the third time in the last 4 years. They've struggled down here, though. They lost both the last 2 times that they've been down here. They've lost in the quarterfinals. So they're trying to get kind of back over that hump and trying to get Heelan back to where they're maybe used to being in volleyball, and that's in the second and third day of the tournament.
So warming up, getting ready to go here. And this one, they got the other one going. That match, usually they're a little farther ahead, but since that last 5A match went 4 sets, it took a little bit longer to get going here, but we'll be starting right about on time with these two. And I guess the keys are just to do what you've done well throughout the season.
Exactly.
And it's a little different when you haven't played a team, you know, but they played some good competition. They played, you know, Indianola, Waukee, both 5A tournament teams, you know, so it's not like, and, you know, you see that the good teams in the lower classes always play up a little bit, and because you want to get the best competition you can.
Well, yeah, you look at both these teams. These two teams travel very well for weekend tournaments, and that's where if you play in a tough conference, you get that during the week. But when you go to weekend tournaments, you play really tough opponents. I know Heelan's played both Pella, like you said, Waukee, Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont, like you said, Indianola as well. And then Carlisle, in one weekend, they played Southeast Polk, Pella, and Glenwood. You know, those are two 4A state tournament teams and a 5A team. And then they beat Des Moines East that weekend, too. They played South Hardin. You know, these teams are no strangers to good competition, and that's what makes them so well prepared for a match like this.
All right, the warm-ups are just about over. We're about ready to go to our PA address, and we have had a little problem with crosstalk between the two courts and the PA today. We'll try to handle that as we get the lineups going here.
State volleyball quarterfinal matchup featuring the Carlisle Wildcats and the Sioux City Bishop Heelan Crusaders. Fans, at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship and decorum shown by the qualifying schools during the season and state tournament week. In recognition of the
Tigers wide, Point Warriors.
Each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community
McKenna
in
Nelson
a sportsmanlike
serving.
manner. Tegan Dungy from Dyke New Hartford will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school's scholarship.
Blocked.
Reeve
Vandentob with a block.
Whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Carlisle, Terry Joyner. And from Sioux City, Bishop Heelan, Marietta Boatman. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes
Reeve Vandentob with a kill.
Coaches and spectators.
Point Warriors.
We request your cooperation
McKenna
by supporting
Nelson
the
serving.
participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated in our
Reeve
grounds court.
Vandentob.
We thank you for your cooperation
Point
and invite
Warriors.
you to enjoy the game. Fans, it's now time to introduce the players in today's quarterfinal matchup. First, for the Carlisle Wildcats. Here are your non-starters. Number 1, Adeline Davis. Number 4, Isabel Wyckoff. Number 6, Hallie Ray.
Carly Yonker
Number
with the
9,
kill.
Addison
Number 5
Shears.
checking in.
Number
Ava
10,
Van Berkom.
Alyssa Ignoir.
Josie
Number
Smith
11,
serving.
Claire Benson. Number 14, Peyton Lenhart. And number 19, Hannah Randleman. The assistant
Reeve
coaches for the
Vandentob with the
Wildcats,
kill.
Scott Maven, Kayla Hatch, Taylor
Point
Best,
Warriors
Olivia
substitutions for the
Weigel,
Warriors.
Erin
Number 12,
Hoffman, Katie
Kenley
Harpenow,
Penowitz.
and Ryan Matthews.
And back to serve, number 7,
And now
Jaden
the
Kneifel.
starters for Carlisle. Number 3, Abby Berry. Number 7, Emma Robinson. Number 8, Ava Chanthavong. Number 13, Sydney Light. Number 15, Ashley K. Christensen.
Back is wide.
And number
Point
18,
Warriors.
Logan Brown. The libero for the Wildcats is number 5, Tegan Stoner. The head coach for Carlisle, Jenna Karpuk. And now let's meet the non-starters for Sioux City Bishop Heelan. Number 1,
Serve is wide.
Leah
Side
White.
out point, Xavier.
Number 3, Emma Moody.
Serving for the Saints, Libby Fandel.
Number 10, Dara Molay. Number 11, Claire Nelson. Number 12, Maggie Vandrager. And number 13, Madeline Sexton. The assistant coaches for the Crusaders, Olivia Westhoff, Brady Van Dusen, Katie Vondrak, and Riley Tu. And now the starters for the Crusaders. Number 2,
Ava Van Berkom
Lloyd.
with the kill.
Number 14, Addison Kleiss. Number 6, Maddie LaFleur. Number 7, Malia Hacker. Number 8, Melina Snoozy.
A serve, Libby
And number 9,
Fandel.
Abby Lee. The libero for the Crusaders, number 5, Ireland Jackson. The head coach for Sioux City Bishop Heelan is Lauren Boatman. The officials for the match are first referee Kim Patek, second referee Chris Armstrong, and line judges Jennifer Wyke and Sean Peterson.
Taylor Rexroth with the
Fans,
kill.
it's now time for state tournament volleyball.
You're watching the 2024 Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. The sole title sponsor of the Girls High School Athletic Union, Iowa Farm Bureau believes in the Iowa girl and cultivating individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. By investing in Iowa's youth, we're investing in Iowa's future. Well, we've seen teams that have been here, the defending state champion, a little bit of nerves starting out. It doesn't matter. It's always a little different because this is a setting unique. You know, you have all the spotlights on, everybody's watching, and so we could see teams start out a little slow, but the key is in runs. Don't get too many long runs on either side of it.
Well, and the nice thing I always hear from coaches, too, it may be cliche after you hear it the 5th or 6th time, but as soon as somebody gets to 25, the score quite literally resets to 0. So you have multiple different matches that you play in one. That's the beauty of volleyball. You know, in a different sport, you can say, well, it's 0-0 at halftime. It really is 0-0 when you come out for a different set. You just have to reset the mentality. If you lose the first set, it's done. You just got to take care of business the next couple sets, and that's the nice thing. If you have a bad start, it allows it to kind of be reset when things are all said and done.
Well, you see on the screen in the dark uniforms with the orange numbers, that's Carlisle, the Wildcats, and on the right side of the screen in the white uniforms with the blue numbers is the Sioux City Heelan, Bishop Heelan Crusaders. And we're set to get it underway here. Sioux City will be serving to start it off. Goes to the back row, bumped up, and pushed over. Now back, handled in the back row, set back, dumped over for the kill by Addison Kleiss.
And she really changed speeds and direction there. Carlisle, we talked about it off the bat. They put up a good block. You got to change your attacks if you're going to be able to have success.
Here's the serve, right in the middle, back set, and whoa, that one rolls across the net cord. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
I was going to say, did Carlisle bring their nets from home? I think that was a great bounce off the net from Light, and now she'll have a chance to serve.
Light gets it over there to the libero, set outside. It's Kleiss now. Set to the right side, block back. Set again outside, and that one's long.
And you can tell Carlisle really wants to get their stud going. Ashley K. Christensen, you ride with the one that brought you, and she's been bringing them all season, just trying to get her going. Maybe a little too much there.
Heelan serve into the net for a service error there. And Carlisle will get it right back, and we're tied at 2 apiece. And in to serve is number 4, Isabel Wyckoff, the senior for IMT Insurance substitution. Brought to you by IMT Insurance. Bumped up by the libero, back set, dumped over by Kleiss. Now scramble, they set it outside, and it'll tap over. Lloyd gets it now, blocked at the net, and it's going to go out. And point Carlisle.
Well, there's Ava Chanthavong on the block for the Wildcats. One that's almost averaging a block per set. She's been in on a lot, and now she gets one right off the jump there.
Served by Wyckoff. Set it outside, and through the block and down is Ava Lloyd.
And Bishop Heelan, we didn't get a chance to talk about her in the start, but Malia Hacker has been the top arm swinging the volleyball for Bishop Heelan. They've not gone to her once yet. They're quite content to get someone else going to start.
Set back outside and long on the hit by Carlisle, and that gives Heelan the lead. And they have the serve. Set outside by Barry, and down for Carlisle. It was touched. Well, we're starting out in a back and forth match here.
And that was a very crucial kill. It's early in the match, but Ashley K. Christensen finally able to get one down. She had about 3 or 4 swings right before that one. You hope for her now, just a little bit of confidence, seeing one go her way to lead to more.
Claire Benson serving for the Wildcats. Bumped up. Now from the middle, hit by Hacker. Now outside, and that one just into the net. Couldn't quite get up and over with it. Logan Brown. Or excuse me, that was Christensen. A little trouble seeing those orange numbers here.
They are a little small on the front of the jerseys there.
And bumped up, now set back. And that'll be through for the kill for Carlisle.
It's good to see Carlisle starting to get their offense going. They've been using Ashley K. Christensen a lot, but obviously, like we said, that's the one that brought them there. They want to get her going early to try and set the tone.
And the 6-foot senior will go back to serve. Sends it down the right side. Set back outside, and that is in for the kill.
That's just a great job by Carlisle. They take advantage of Bishop Heelan's serve receive, which doesn't appear to be on its A game right now. They get the free ball back over, and they just knew what to do with it. Light sitting on the outside.
Yep.
Yeah, easy swing.
Carlisle up 1 now. Set across, and Lloyd big swing, but 2 hits called.
Yeah, that was a long pass for Maddie LaFleur. That's a pass she's maybe used to making, but she had to twist her body around. She wasn't really square to the pass either.
Carlisle up 2, keeps the serve. And that's wide. Smart decision over there by Mia White to let it go on a service error. And 7-6. And Ava Lloyd back to serve. Right down the middle. Bumped up. Set quick, and the kill.
Yeah, get out the way when that one's coming down. Chanthavong gets all of that ball on its way to the floor.
Chanthavong up in the big kill. Makes it 8-6. Goes back to serve after the kill. Now set up, cross quarter, and there's a kill. Was that
Snoozy that time?
Snoozy, yeah. I was going to say, looked like 8.
Yep.
Those numbers are real small in the front of the jerseys. On the back, they're not so hard to pick out, but they kind of blend in.
They do. They are. We're high up here, so that doesn't help either.
Ireland Jackson the serve. Set it outside. Cross court. Jackson, libero, gets it there. Now there's a hot smash by Malia Hacker. What a great name for a volleyball player.
Right. I was just about to kind of say, when are we going to see Malia Hacker get going? She's averaging almost 4 kills a set. That was her first swing of the evening, and so I'm sure that's just going to be the first of many we'll see from her.
8-8 tie. Hacker trying to break it here. This one goes deep but handled. Now outside and off the block and down.
It's Sydney Light again. I love what Carlisle's doing. They're rotating players on that outside spot there, the outside hitting position, and they're really getting a ton of players some good swings over there.
Now back is Abby Berry, this 5'8 senior, the team setter to serve. Over to the libero, set up in the middle, handle. Now they'll go back outside, into the middle. Double set it back to the middle, handled in the back row. Joust at the net. Now back over. Good rally going here. Oh, had to change that up in the last second. Lloyd keeps it now. Back up. Cross quarter is wide.
Well, that's a great point by Heelan. Their passing was not great.
No, they had to scramble a bit, but they hung in there, didn't they?
They hung in there. You know, sometimes that's all there is to it, is you just got to stick around long enough to give yourself a chance.
Here's Heelan now serving, and we're tied again. 9-all. Big swing handled over there by LaFleur. Now they'll just send it over, and one of those you got it, I got it, right between two defenders.
Yep, and those are the things that'll just sometimes happen. You got to work past it, and they'll have a system for that next time.
Yeah, most of the time you're talking, but sometimes it's like it's coming through there, and a lot of times you know what your teammate's going to do, but sometimes it just falls through there. There's a hot smash handled by the libero, Jackson. This one, Barry gets it up. Now Barry will bump it over. Jackson sends it to the front row. They back set it. Now Barry back over. Oh, diving save by Jackson. Can they keep it alive? No. It's going to go into the officials' bench over there.
And right now the Crusaders are just not getting great first touches on the ball. They're not able to get in system. They're not able to get into their offense very well, just because, unfortunately, those first passes have not been very, very competitive to be able to allow them to get a nice pass to a hitter.
Sydney Light, the 6'1 senior, goes back to serve. We're still tied here. Oh, gets a good low serve, but it's dug out of there. Now Light will bump it up. Off the block, Jackson. Now back set. Cross court to the middle. Chance for Barry to set it. She does outside left. Dumps in. Jackson now will back set it. Cross court long. Off the hit by Hacker.
And that's not a swing Malia Hacker is really comfortable with. She wants to run up and get a big attack on it. When you're coming off a flat foot, it's really tough to kind of get the swing you want.
Light serves right back to the middle of the Lloyd. Now set it outside, and that is off the block by Kleiss for the kill. And gives us our 9th tie of the early going of this match. Nobody finding any daylight on any long runs here, are they?
I was going to say 2 points, I think, is our largest margin right now. Really good first set.
Yep. Carlisle's had that, but almost knocked her down, but she stayed with it and back through off the block, Ava Lloyd.
Well, and that's where Carlisle, I'd like to see them, just say, here's the pin, let's get our hands up against it, because right now Heelan's just tucking it in that little gap between the block and the antenna, and it's worked the last couple points.
Malia Hacker serves from the right side, right down the middle. They set it outside, back off of Hacker, and out of there for the kill.
That's a great swing by Christensen. You know, that's a perfect pass. It's one that she can get in rhythm, in system, and obviously knows what to do with.
So 3 kills early for Christensen. Tied again. Here's the serve. Back to Jackson. Now a little pushover. And Carlisle gets there. Twice tried to sneak it in. They set it outside. Big hammer. And that's going to, what do they say?
You're going to say net violation.
Or net violation, yep. Okay.
Yeah, Lloyd, a little bit of an overswing with her arm and came down into the net. And kind of a break there for Carlisle. That was a really good swing outside of that.
Yeah, because they kind of returned it, but I was unsure where it was going to go there. So, well, sometimes you're trying to get that torque and you get too close to the net. So here's the Carlisle serve, leading by 1. As I said, 2's been the biggest lead so far. Into the net block. Right up there, Christensen.
Should also maybe make a note here, Dar. We are on upset watch on the other court. The 8 seed Sergeant Bluff-Luton took the first set on Cedar Rapids Xavier. I know Heelan fans are very familiar with SBL, of course.
Jackson bumps it up. Now there's a hot smash off the block, Ava Lloyd.
And again, Bishop Heelan's just getting some great swings kind of off the side of the block there. They're, I don't know if it's a positioning issue with Carlisle or maybe the block's not quite, tight into the net. But it's something they're going to look to adjust as the match goes along.
Okay, had to pick up a loose volleyball there, and we're ready to serve for Heelan. Barry back over and drops it right into where nobody was. Shot there.
Carlisle had gone outside the whole time, and all of a sudden they switch it to the right side, and not only that, it was just a little tip over. It really kind of threw Heelan's defense, I think, for a loop there.
Yeah, Logan Brown found the hole. Claire Benson comes in for an IMT insurance substitution to serve. Carlisle up by 2, handled by Lloyd. Now back over, cross court. Set outside, and they're going to dump it in. They were looking fastball. She came with a change.
Yeah, and I don't even know if she got all of the change up on it. I mean, it looked like she kind of timed it too early, but, like you said earlier, you'd rather be lucky than good sometimes.
The off-speed work, though.
Yeah.
Here's the serve. Back set, and off the block, out of bounds. Nice shot.
And that was a really big point for Heelan because with how close this set had been, if it gets to 4 points, I think Coach Boatman's got to use a timeout.
You wonder, if they get on a roll. But 3 points now, that's been the biggest lead. Heelan will get it back here, trailing by 2. Mia White serving. Set outside. They're going to take it across court. Jackson. Now back over. Gleason back. Block back.
Chanthavon,
I used to say,
No shocker there that she gets in on a block. Addison Sears, I think the other one, maybe got a hand on that as well. Nice to see that double block start coming around again for Carlisle. Was there early, kind of had some issues here in the last few points, but gets a good one there.
Carlisle serving with the 3-point lead. Sent back by LaFleur, now over. Set out wide, into the block and back. It goes out. Carlisle point. Timeout. Heelan. Carlisle up here, 18-14 at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
On the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by MidAmerican Energy, number 7 seed Carlisle over number 2 seed Heelan. 18-14. We had talked about in our other match. Timeouts are key. These coaches know when to let them roll, when to call the timeout, reset it, And Heelan coach, she decides right now, hey, let's stop this. As you mentioned, it's up to 4. Yep. That's the biggest lead we've seen here, and the way it's going right now, things are tight. You don't want to let a team run away from you.
Well, and the thing, too, about timeouts is every team's different, right? You know your team. You know what they respond to. You know when they need a timeout. And so I think that's a good one by Coach Boatman, just to maybe hopefully reset, get a side out here.
Carlisle serving with a 4-point lead to the back row. Quick set up there, tight, blocked. Cleese dumps it over.
With the aid of a Wildcat in the net, it was going to get down anyway, but.
Yeah, I had to wait and see what they said there, but either way, it's a point.
Yeah, you get both ways, it's a point.
Eva Lloyd, the junior, back to serve, and that one is down. Everybody watched and thought, and that's an ace. All aces today brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today.
Yeah, I think Carlisle thought that ball was just going to float on him, but it came down really quick.
Outside set, off the block. Ireland back over, quick dump in there. Stoner gets it up. Down the middle, diving save. They go outside, cross quarter and off. The defender for the kill by Malia Hacker.
And again, we said it as the timeout was called. We could say it again now. A great timeout by Coach Boatman. It turned into a 3-point run.
Yeah, 4-point lead cut down to 1 here, and they're serving it for the tie. Lloyd with the serve. Back set. Over there, Ireland gets it. Now back across and blocked out of bounds. Point, and we're tied again. Our 11th tie of the match so far.
Sometimes all it takes is just a little reminder of like, hey, we're good. We know what we need to do. Let's get back to what's worked. And I think that timeout was crucial there for Bishop Heelan, just to kind of reset things. They're back on the right track. They're getting Malia Hacker involved, which I love to see. I love seeing top hitters make plays, and they're getting her the ball, and she's capitalizing.
Ava Lloyd will serve. Looking for the lead now. Heelan drives it to the back row. They kind of run into each other back there. Now they'll send it across. And that's a hot smash they're not going to handle.
Yeah, and Hacker, I think, kind of changed directions there. It looked like she was going to set up for the cross-court shot, but then she went down the sideline. I don't think that corner was quite ready for it.
That would be 5 kills now, I believe, for Hacker. Set back, and that one is down. They were playing it, but it was hit the ground off the shot by Claire Benson.
Yep, that's a great point there for Carlisle, too. They needed a side out. That was 5 straight points from Heelan, and the Wildcats were able to kind of get back into the right swing of things without a timeout.
Handled deep. Now they got to run with it, and still scrambling, and it goes out. Point to Heelan. Boy, everything looked bad for Heelan there, but somehow they came away with a point out of all that.
Well, and I was wondering if that was going to hit the block or hit the net either, but it did hit the block, and that was a great save by Hacker there.
Deep serve, now bumped up. We'll battle at the net, and good look to go the other way. And now Heelan's got a 2-point lead here.
And Abby Lee's just chuckling to herself. She basically just kind of swatted it over with 2 hands on the first ball and somehow got it to drop.
Set outside. Off the block, handled at the back by Lloyd. Now set over Hacker into the block, punch back over, and it's going to be out. It was touched, right?
Yep.
And now it looks like Carlisle will take a timeout as a run by Heelan has given them the lead here, 22-19 at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Well, Heelan has battled back. They were down 4. They came back, tied it up. Now they've taken a little run of their own here, a 3-0 run, and they're up 22-19 here in the first set. Darn Danielson, Daniel Versteeg, Ireland Jackson, the libero back to serve for Heelan following the Carlisle timeout. Volleyball, such a game of runs, and right now the Wildcats need one. There's a shot, just got under it and was able to save it. Now they'll go wide the other way and into the net.
And not only is volleyball a game of runs, it's a game of momentum too.
Yeah.
So it looked like, Carlisle was going to get that back with a side out, but then all of a sudden Ava Lloyd gets under it and a huge dig keeps the point alive, and all of a sudden Heelan still got it in control. Now I think it's 9 of the last 10 points going to the Crusaders.
And an ace. Ireland Jackson put it in there, and Carlisle just a little stunned right now at the turnaround, I think, and now we're at set point for Heelan. Here's the serve. Bumped up toward the net. Dump it over. Saved by White. Hacker dumps it over, and there's the set. 25-19. Heelan takes set number 1 over Carlisle here in this 4A quarterfinal. We'll take a break, come back with the second set after this at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Slay's the place for you!
You're watching the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network. Well, Carlisle had a 4-point lead here, 19-15 over Sioux City Heelan. Heelan came back, tied it up, then went on a run and ends up winning 25-19. Daniel, just some good plays by Heelan, and then they, a couple plays where they caught Carlisle standing there watching and letting the ball drop.
Yeah.
It just a little stunned him, I think, on that comeback.
Well, and as you can see with our Sioux Cup stats on screen right now, you get a hot hand, and it's really tough to put the fire out. Heelan hit almost 300 in the first set. I mean, there are not many different teams, volleyball teams anywhere, that can stop a team that is that efficient and is getting that much of their offense to work well for them.
Carlisle will start out here the second set, trailing. Sydney Light to serve. Back set, and this one is fired off of Carlisle for the kill. And momentum right now on the side of Heelan.
Yeah, they have been on fire. I think Carlisle's only scored one of the last 12 points dating back to the end of the set.
And that one left a little short.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Carlisle has just gotten out of what's worked. I mean, that timeout by Heelan was incredibly well done, and it flipped a switch, something fierce right now.
Set outside. There's a hammer shot. That'll help you get back into the ball game. Ashley K. Christensen.
Oh, that is music to Coach Carpuck's ears right now. Getting Ashley K. Christensen going once again. Getting a great in-system pass. Not really a whole lot of issues with it. And the Wildcats, much needed side out right there.
Isabel Wyckoff in on an IMT insurance substitution. Bumped up, set outside, dumped over by Lloyd. Set outside by Carlisle, now back over. Back set and into the block, and that set just a little too wide there, I think.
Yep. And again, that block was placed a little bit better. It was tucked right down the sideline. It took away any angle to sneak it by it. A really, really well-placed block.
Serve again, handled by Heelan. Coming back up is Lloyd. Chance to set it outside. They do. Head through the block. They get it back. Now back set again. This time, that was an easy call for the official because it hit him and he was out of bounds. So
yep. Good demarcation zone there. Yeah. And just a little bit stronger. But again, the blocks for both teams are so good. The Bishop Heelan block had gotten its hand on one there, and that forced Christensen to try and overhit it a little bit.
Serve now outside. Bumped up by Lee. They dump it over, and it's going to get by Carlisle. Everybody was rushing in, and just a little dump over.
How about the top spin?
Yeah.
The English on it, gets the roll shot, and that's what makes Malia Hacker so good. She can swing it so many ways.
Good set outside again. Now right in there. Chance for Heelan. And have to bump it over. Didn't get a real great set there. This one set quick and down. Good job by Barry to set that quick.
Mm-hmm. And Chanthabong had the timing with it, too. Those quick attacks, when you can get the timings with your middle down, they say the two toughest positions are the setter and the middle hitter. And when they're clicking, it is very tough to stop.
Back to serve, Claire Benson, the sophomore. Sends it deep. Back up, Hacker, and she sends it long, and we're tied.
Yeah, I think because they sent that serve so deep, Bishop Heelan thought, hey, we gotta play it deep and get the back row involved, which made things a little bit more challenging.
This one up close. They're gonna go for the kill now. Everybody runs over, and they do get it across, but now the block, and in with the knee shot was Lloyd, and it'll be a point, Sioux City Heelan.
Yeah, they're going to get a double hit on Carlisle. What a kick save by Ava Lloyd. Bishop Heelan State Soccer.
Yeah.
I didn't think we'd see that until June.
Off the knee. A little bit, who was it had that interception? For Iowa. They had that one where he kicked the football up in the air off his teammate.
Right.
But that one was just, and you can use your feet and legs. Yep. That's legal. Here's a shot down low. They get it. Now outside to Lloyd. Bump back over. They'll have to get it across. They do. Goes deep. They run it down. Back over to Lloyd, and she pounds it down for the kill.
Yeah, you got to reward her after that great kick save, right? You got to get her a swing, and that was a beautiful pass again. Maddie LaFleur is doing such a great job distributing and getting everybody involved, all of their weapons involved offensively.
Mia White steps behind the line, almost back to the edge of the court to serve it. Bumped up by Barry. Up to the net, blocked back. Good reaction there. Now blocked back again by Heelan. LaFleur and Snoozy doing a good job of the front line. Now over to Lloyd. They handled that, and I'll dump it over. Back over and into the open hole goes LaFleur. Did they call?
They called a double hit, actually.
Did they call a double hit?
Mm-hmm. Double hit on that play over. Yep. So Carlisle will get it. And
a little too good.
Yeah, a little too good. And that's probably why it was so successful.
But good hustle and got it over, but the double hit called, and now Carlisle trying to tie it up with the serve. Good hot smash. They get it over. Now a chance for Carlisle to work it. Back to the middle. Heelan goes outside to Lloyd, and she pounds it through the block.
It's so impressive because Heelan wins a lot of points, sometimes in spite of their serve receive. Sometimes the first passes have not been clean, and that's just got to worry anybody in their path. If that gets cleaned up as the tournament goes along, how dangerous can they be?
And that one skips off the net cord. Lloyd with 7 kills already. Back in the middle, dumped over, not quite there. Chance to try it again. Hacker goes long and wide.
Carlisle's front row again alters a shot indirectly. They had blocked the middle, so the Crusaders had to try and change sides of the net, and it forced Hacker to go around the block and missed out.
Emma Robinson comes into the front row for the Wildcats. IMT insurance substitution. Now they go wide and they handle that hot smash. They go back the other way, turnabout, fair play, and get the kill coming back.
And there's Sydney Light again. She'd been quiet here the last few points or so, really the first half of this set, but good to get her back into rhythm. Having multiple attackers is so crucial.
Well, this is playing out the same way the first set did, and now that's long. Tied, 3 different ties already.
And probably no bigger lead than 2 again.
Yep.
Well, and then you just ask yourself, what's going to be the tipping point? Because there was a tipping point in the first set, and what's it going to be here?
That one is down. Just caught the, I'd say chalk, but it's actually paint on the shot.
Just a great swing by Sydney Light again. And when it rains, it pours. You just got to get her hot, and she can make a lot of plays.
Abby Berry will come back, the setter, to serve. Bumped up quick for Hacker. Now back outside, cross court. They dive. Hacker saves it. Set again. And this down again. Rolling up is White. Once again, a chance to set it outside. The third time is wide.
Yeah, you said it. After you get so many opportunities and you've tried every part of the court, that's when you start getting a little risky, and that's when you see the attacks start missing because every other inch of the court had been covered at that point.
How about Mia White laying out and saving that one? That was a big play on that volley.
Huge.
Here again. Now they'll set it back the other way. Over to Hacker. Mid-set. And got it. And now just dumped over. They stay with it. Back over. Oh.
And it is going to be Carlisle point. They're going to say four touches.
Hits. Yeah, because it didn't. It must not have been touched at the net. It must have hit the net and come back and not been blocked.
Well, so. I think it had grazed, actually. I think it kind of ricocheted off 2 Crusaders at about the same time. And that unfortunately for Heelan, inhibited their ability to save it.
Tied again. Carlisle serving. Set it back. Hacker this time for the right side. And it's going to be a point Carlisle. They'll take their lead here.
The Carlisle block is just getting better and better as the match goes along. I think they had some nice adjustments there in between sets, and they're taking Heelan's top hitters away.
That one, Kleiss didn't quite handle it cleanly, so they'll have to send it over. Chance to set it outside again, and there's a hot smash. Back there is Lloyd. Hacker will send it in. Berry had to come over, now into the middle, and a big block up in the middle for Abby Lee.
Yeah, big solo block there. For a long-range attack, it's not very often you get that good of a block up, and Abby Lee just totally took away that swing.
So Hacker's back to serve. Tied up again. Pushed it up, and it caught the antenna.
Yeah, that pass, just a little too much on it, and there was really nothing Christensen could do to keep that point alive, to get a good swing on it.
So Hacker steps back to serve again. Up, Barry will set it over that left side. Cross court off the hands of Ireland Jackson.
Yeah, and Ashley K. Christensen looked at Abby Berry and said, right there, give me that pass the rest of the match, and we'll be okay.
Isabel Wyckoff now back to serve. Carlisle trying to pull ahead here in the match. Every time they get close, they held off, and Lloyd pounds it down. And they say it's in.
Oh, they overruled it.
Did they? Okay.
The up official looked like he overruled the call.
Because the back official had his flag down, but the up official said no. And he probably did have a better look, maybe. I don't know.
Well, and Heelan, I think, is contending that it maybe hit off the block, but nope, they are going to say it's out. So a huge break there for Carlisle.
So Carlisle goes up by 1. Down the middle, Jackson now. Lloyd. Set up outside, cross court, Jackson. Lloyd long.
And again, with Carlisle's good blocks.
And they found a little rhythm offensively, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. The block's getting better. The Heelan swings are starting to get under and float a little bit on them. It's really changing things up.
Jackson can't handle it. It goes back. They save it. Finally get it over. Good job by Kleiss. Now they dump it in there. Jackson dives down, and they won't get it, though. And let's see. Heelan going to get a timeout? Yep. Yes, they are. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4-0 run here by Carlisle to go up 14-11 at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
It's a Carlisle run here at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. They are up now 14-11, up by 3 in the second set. They lost the first set 25-19. They got to 19 in that first set and stalled out. And Dar Danielson, Daniel Versteeg here, and they want to just put the gas on and hope and make it a little bit bigger than the 3-point lead, but that has not been easy to do for either side.
No.
Here, except for Heelan, the way they finished the first set up.
Well, and like you said, Heelan went on that run. It was right after their first time out of the set. We'll see if that starts here.
Lloyd pounds it into the block, but it goes over, and it'll be a point for Carlisle.
Well, that's a great way to come out of the timeout. You know, that's kind of what Heelan did. Kept their run going with a point right out of the timeout, and Carlisle's keeping their momentum and their foot on the gas.
There's the serve again by Wyckoff. Into the block. Quick dump over. Oh, a wily move by Addison Kleiss.
I think it was LaFleur, actually.
Or was it LaFleur?
Yep.
Excuse me, yep.
Yep, and that's a block beater right there. Carlisle had been denying shot after shot after shot, and LaFleur just pulls the rabbit out of her hat. Second ball, why not just dump it over when you're not expecting it?
Those setters are sneaky sometimes with that quick little dump. Go outside. Now back over that right side, and there's a hammer shot. That's one that's hard to stop.
Yeah, when Christensen gets a pass like that, it's best to just get out of the way. that one's going to be coming in hot. It's going to probably turn into a point just like it did there.
And we have a substitution. The Claire Benson, the sophomore, will come in to serve for an IMT insurance substitution. Learn how you can be worry-free at IMTIMS.com. Serves it back deep to the middle, and there's a big shot over by Ava Lloyd. The ends, a quick end to the run there with Lloyd.
Yeah, this was about the point in set one, and we're getting close to it anyway, where Heelan went on the big run.
Yeah, it was 19 where then Carlisle got stuck and Heelan went on the run.
Yeah, so we'll see if Heelan can maybe get going a little bit earlier now.
Bump back. And that ping-pongs around. I thought it was going to hit the antenna there, but it didn't. Oh, off the net! And they can't get it.
Yeah, that was going to be a 4-hit call. So, yeah, that was a great concentration, though, by Lloyd. Like you said, it kind of hit the net. Kind of wondering what it was going to do, which side it was going to fall over, but she was right there, got a good first touch, and got it right back into system.
There's the serve by White. Push back now, looking for the hole there. They get it back over Jackson. Oh. Tried a little push and just a little misjudged by Benson there.
Yeah, Benson tried her own LaFleur play on that second touch, trying to dump it over, but
and her eyes got wide because it was wide open space there. But
yeah, that sideline was ripe for the taking on that push.
Just didn't quite get it over the net. Bumped up by Stoner. Now that's through the block and out.
Boy, and
side out to Carlisle,
and that's a very versatile attacker. Christensen has been on that outside the entire match, maybe a little bit on the back row, but then she's rotated over to the right side, and when she can still make a good swing over there, that's when you know you're in trouble.
Ashley K. Christensen, the senior, now back to serve. And goes long.
Very few service errors in this matchup. These two teams are doing a very good job of not hurting themselves.
Yeah, they haven't had. I'm trying to look here. That might be one of the. Oh, there's one for. Yeah, there's just a couple there for Carlisle.
Right.
That one almost gets down Hackers there, though. Now she goes back at it, and it's long. I don't see any touch. No. So back to Carlisle.
Heelan's done their part. They got it within two. At this point, you're still in a decent spot to try and stage a comeback.
Eva Chantabong to serve. Now they set it back. They're going to try to tap it over, but now stays alive. Lloyd sets it over there, and then Hacker just dumps it in.
And the Carlisle block, you can tell, is getting to Heelan. They've had to change up how they swing. They're changing speeds, directions, all that kind of stuff just to try and
throw them
get
off
around
a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right in the middle. Set up. There's Jackson now. Again, a chance. They set it outside. Into the block. Right there. Christensen taves it. Over. Jackson. Back over, and that's wide by Hacker.
Credit the save of Ava Chantabong. She was right underneath the Heelan block and somehow had the reaction time to get it up and make a great play to keep Carlisle on the point.
That time Jackson was in the court, on the court a little farther than I think she saw it. She just turned and dumped it, and it was wide. So Carlisle back, serving up 2. That one is wide. So Carlisle first to 20 here.
I thought Coach Boatman was going to use a timeout here, but she's going to keep it and maybe save it for another point here.
Well, this is where Carlisle, not to harp on it, but they stalled in that first set. Bump back to the middle. And right between, man, that looks similar to that first set, right between two players there.
Yep. And that's why I'm not Coach Boatman. I thought maybe she should use a timeout there, but she knows her team better, obviously, and they respond in kind with a good side out.
Lloyd powers it through there. Here's the serve. Set back now down off of Jackson. They're going to be run down there on the backside by Lloyd, and Hacker will get it over. Chance here for Carlisle to set it up. And just a little too much oomph under it.
Yeah, just kind of maybe mistimed it a little bit. Did Sydney Light, just kind of underneath it with the swing. Didn't quite get, the top-down swing that you kind of want there.
Maddie LaFleur, the setter, is serving. Set it back and right into the block there. Hacker, one of them along with Lee.
Well, and unfortunately, like you said, Dar,
all of a sudden we're tied at 20 here.
3 in a row for Heelan. Yeah, this Carlisle's got to find a way to finish this set like they couldn't in set 1.
Bumped up, now set over into the block. Now back across, and it drops through there. Is that Kleiss? And I think a timeout, Carlisle. We'll take a break here at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
We're in the second set here, Class 4A. Sioux City Heelan has rallied back like they did in the first set, up 21-20 over Carlisle. On the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy, Dar Danielson, Daniel Versteeg, Devin. We got 3 Ds here today. Dar, Daniel, and Devin. And then Pete's the odd man out over on the camera, but
3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Glad to be with you here at Extreme Arena as Sioux City Heelan trying to rally back, take the second set. Bumped up. Set back and a little long. Tied at 21.
That was huge because the difference between set 2 and set 1 was Carlisle lost that point out of the timeout. They get the side out and they get themselves back into it.
There's the serve handled by Kleiss. Now Hacker off the block. They keep it alive. Hacker again, this time just lays it over the top.
And again, does a great job of changing speeds. You love seeing a hitter that, can use the muscle, but then can use the touch when needed as well.
Now Malia Hacker will go back to serve. This one is a hot smash. It's going to get into the net, and that's the first player I've seen into the net like that, and it's an ace serve. Brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. Well, again, Carlisle looking for a stop of any kind here. Low, set outside, and that'll do it.
I was about to say a little prematurely that I didn't think they were going to get it with how that first touch was. It was a great serve by Hacker, but an even better recovery.
Yeah, you had 2 players going for it, and it almost was a disaster. They run into each other, but they saved it out of that.
Yeah, they just barely got it up off that.
Wyckoff now back to serve, looking to tie it up here. Oh, catches the net, gets over, but it's playable. Into the block. Jackson kept it alive, now down by Lloyd. Oh, that's a killer.
Well, both sides have had great recoveries off of near ace serves. Heelan gets one off the top of the net there and forces set point.
Abby Lee back to serve at set point here for Heelan. Right in the middle. Set up in the middle, dumped over. Heelan pushes it over, running over. Right at the net and up and down is Addison Kleiss. Get the game-winning kill. And it's 25-22, 2 sets to none. Heelan goes up. Carlisle needs a set to stay in it. We'll see what they do here coming back with a third set after this at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Well, we go to the third set here, and let's take a look at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Daniel Versteeg. Let's take a look at the numbers from that second set. Deja vu all over again for Bishop Heelan. They come back late in the set to take it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know, we were kind of talking in the break. You know, we thought Carlisle was playing a little bit better. You can see that their blocks. They got a few more blocks on that set. Now, the thing about the block is it's not always going to turn into, you know, Carlisle's not going to have 20 blocks because of it, but what has come down is Heelan's attacking efficiency. It's all the way down to $129. That's because Carlisle's blocks had to alter shots that would go out of bounds, become errors. Just unfortunately, again, Carlisle didn't have enough in the tank to finish that set. And it's unfortunate because they've been right there. They've been playing great. But
first set they got to 19, stalled out. Heelan took it. Here they got to 22. Heelan tied it and then finished
and ran away with it.
And ran away with it. And they've taken 2 sets late.
And the worst part about it is, I don't think it's really anything Carlisle's doing. I think Heelan just finds another gear.
Yeah, they just came out and made some great plays to take it. It's not been like a collapse.
No, certainly not.
So Carlisle now with the back to the wall here to keep the season going. And back to serve is Maddie LaFleur. To start the third set. Goes back to Christensen. Now up and into the block. Right there is Hacker along with Lee.
Heelan again just keeps it cruising. They did that again in set 2. They got the early lead, but these early parts of these sets have been back and forth. We'll see if that continues here.
Christensen with the hot smash, handled there. Jackson back to Hacker, and that's just long.
Just long. Yeah, you could say that again. That was really close to grazing that white paint down there, but again, I think we're going to be in for a very close start to the set, just kind of with both teams going back and forth.
Yeah, both of them started out that way. Knight serving. Cross-court Hacker handled there. Now bumped up. Oh, just a little too much. That's a tough shot looking away and going toward the net. You want to try to get it high, and she did, but just a little deep.
And the toughest part about it is it wasn't your setter. You know, your setter is used to making passes like that. A hitter like Sydney Light just unfortunately isn't.
They get it outside and long.
Now, this is a very crucial point in the match here for Carlisle. Down 2-0. Like I said, season's on the line. First time at state. And with the first couple sets, you kind of trade back and forth. You don't want to fall behind too early and lose that momentum.
Yeah. Oh, and there's an ace serve. Brought to you by Channel Seeds. All Aces brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. Yeah, you just, because you feel the momentum's been on Sioux City side late. Now you don't want them to get it going early, get a big lead and hold you off. Jackson gets it now. That'll hit the antenna. And that'll be a Carlisle point.
And just a little bit of an overpass there. Kind of got that set too far outside the sticks there, and the swing is a direct result of that.
Isabel Wyckoff will go back now to serve for Carlisle. Down to net court, and it's going to go down. Despite the effort by Ava Lloyd, it's an ace. Net court ace brought to you by Channel Seeds. Learn more at channelseed.com. Wyckoff again. This time Jackson goes down and gets it. Now set back to the middle. Jackson with it outside to Lloyd. Bumped up. Cross court wide.
Carlisle's put in a kind of a tricky spot right now because they've got Barry, their setter, they had her in the back row on serve receive, and she couldn't really rotate into a good spot where she could get the second touch, and that kind of kept their offense from really getting going. Now she's in a better spot.
Yeah, now she moves up toward the middle, and it makes it a little easier there. But yeah, you're right. It was hard to get that offense generated there. Now just dumped over by Kleiss.
Wow, what a save.
Yeah, they keep it alive, Carlisle, and then pushed over by Lloyd. Now set in the middle, they just have to bump it over. A lot of scrambling going on in this one. Lloyd across court. Stoner got to that. Now chance for, get a quick push over, but Carlisle ready. Now set outside. And that one hit the net and the antenna.
Yeah, the Heelan block stuck right up along that pin, and you said it, Dar. That was a wild point with everybody kind of going everywhere to keep it going.
There's the serve. Quick set in the middle, and a good smash right through off of Hacker to get the ball back, get the serve back for Carlisle.
This is a point where Carlisle is going to switch their setters around. Of course, they run that 6-2 and trying to maybe get that offense going again with a different setter.
Claire Benson with the serve, and there's a hammer down.
Oh, they're going to say two touches.
Two touches, okay.
Yep.
I was waiting to see what the arm call was.
Yeah, we've had a couple double hits called here in the last maybe set and a half or so.
Step back. Scramble by Carlisle. They get it up there now into the block and out. So a point Carlisle, and that'll tie it up at 6 apiece.
Yeah, this is certainly working for Carlisle. The setter change hasn't really been too impactful right now, but something's working at this point.
And that goes wide.
Right on cue, of course.
Yeah. Thanks. You jinxed them there.
My bad, Carlisle fans.
Well, if we only had the the impact on the match that we think we have.
If we actually had that power, oh boy. Yeah. Watch out, everyone.
Here's the serve. Bumped up, and and going to be an ace. Not a good handle there.
Those darn tables.
Brought to you by Channel Seed. And that spin just kind of caught Stoner a little off back there. Off the serve by Mia White. That one comes right there, and an easy putback by Ava Lloyd.
Yeah, those overpasses. It's like throwing a wide open pass in football, right? That's some of the toughest plays to make. Sometimes those overpasses, those little dump downs, they can be tough to make, but Lloyd does a good job. Just stick her hands up there and guide it down.
Mia White, that's off the top of the head. And then they're going to say it hit the antenna?
It went passed outside
or
the
outside
antenna.
the antenna,
Yep.
Okay. Well, we've seen a knee shot, now a head shot. These two teams, we aren't playing soccer, but
they might as well be at this point, though.
Yeah, back and forth. Oh, and that one catches the net cord. Carlisle, let's see if they can save it. They do. Back outside into the block. Scramble, and LaFleur went down. She tried to kick it on her back, but she couldn't get the toe to it, and that would have worked if she'd been able to get maybe, I don't know, but
Heelan broke out the slide shot there. That's something we haven't really seen from either side in this one.
Oh, right down the line for an ace. Fooled Mia White.
Yeah, no kidding.
And a Channel Seeds ace. Visit channelseed.com today to find out more about Channel Seeds.
Yeah, that one certainly had a little bit more on it than Mia was expecting, I think.
Now, here we go. This is our first moisture wipe up on this court. We had several. And we're just trying to think maybe it's because of the humidity and everything. And there's ice underneath the court.
There's ice under the court.
I don't remember in the past seeing hardly any of that at all.
I was going to say it's been raining the last day and a half down here.
We've been up. It's been really warm up.
Yep.
So as warm as it's been up here doing matches.
Right.
Bumped up high. Now sent over by Ireland Jackson. And that one is put away on the kill. And by Carlisle.
Yeah, Chanthapong there in the middle. Yeah. That's a tough spot. If Heelan's going to let that middle get going for Carlisle again, it could be a long third set here.
Carlisle back to within one now. They have to have this set to keep the match alive, keep the season alive. Set it outside. Lloyd, excuse me. Now back to Lloyd. This one, diving save. Now they got to get it over. They do. And then just the push over and down by LaFleur.
We talked about how sly and shifty a setter can be. That's Maddie LaFleur again, just getting that second touch and just throwing it down when you least expect it.
Served by Lloyd into the net. Service error, the first one of this set. And now back to Carlisle. Still trying to pull even here. Jackson bumps it up. Hot smash right through the block goes Melina Snoozy. Haven't heard a lot of her today, but.
No. Yeah, and when she has gotten into it, she's been impactful. She's only had, I think, 3 or 4 swings, and she's been able to put a couple of them down. That's been really impactful, just giving the other hitters a break every now and then.
There's a set now over. What are they going to say?
Nope. I don't think our down.
Oh, maybe he didn't whistle it in.
Yeah, they weren't quite whistled in yet.
Okay, because the other official was talking to the bench, and
Yeah, there was I think a rotation thing they were maybe looking at.
So she served it before they. It's Ireland Jackson. And that works out okay for them as they end up getting the ace out of that.
Yeah, she got a mulligan, and boy.
Get the Channel Seed ace out of it.
Yeah, no, that's a great way to take advantage of another go at it.
Bumped up, set outside. Lloyd back outside to Hacker. Oh, push it, can't get it over the net.
Again, Carlisle's, they had this with Abby Berry too, but their setter's just in a bad spot to get the offense going there.
Timeout Carlisle here. They trail now by 4. And the third could be the deciding set here. The Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Carlisle with the timeout. They trail by 4 here, 14-10 in the third set. They lost the first 2 sets late. Here on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Dar Danielson, Daniel Versteeg, and Coach calling a timeout, trying to find a little something to get them going, and they've been pushing that rock up. They just got to push it all the way over the hill to get a set here.
Yeah, they've done about 95% of the work in these first 2 sets and just couldn't finish the job. Looking to see if they can do that in this one now.
But credit Heelan, they keep getting it done when they need to close it out. And through Carlisle now, set it outside and block. And that'll be Carlisle point. It went out.
Yep. Yeah, I think Maddie LaFleur thought it might have hit off a Carlisle player on the way down, but nope, it missed everybody, and a great job to tool it off there, and a crucial side out. You need to be able to get control of the serve right out of your timeouts, and Carlisle does just that.
They get the serve back, trailing by 3. Set up in the middle. Hacker pushes it across court. Jackson back over. Now back to Hacker. She dumps it in the middle. Diving save. They just have Carlisle out of sorts here. Back over. And they say it hit the antenna.
Yeah, Abby Lee just changed speeds again, and there was really, when you are flailing to dive and play an attack in that front zone there, it's really tough to get it out of the net area.
Carlisle just can't get in their offense and get their system going the way Heelan is putting it in there. Now here's a chance to do that. They set it back, cross court, handled there. Jackson back to Hacker. Hacker into the block. They recover. Very outside. Through. Set it back. Now crossed. Again outside. And long.
And we were going to talk about that before the last timeout, but where Carlisle has put their setter, it's usually been in that back right corner where the fairway court logo is on the other side of the floor on your screen. But Heelan's been exploiting that. They've been attacking that spot, and so the first touch has always come from the setter, meaning the second ball has not always been great for Carlisle.
Yeah, because the setter can't get it up. Now there's little quick hands at the net by Robinson. They go back to try to go down the line with it. Now Barry over. Jackson there, now dumped in.
Just go back and forth.
Yeah. Lloyd shoots it up ahead. Hacker across. Barry a chance to set it outside again. Jackson gets it. Hacker into the block and back. So they get a successful block that time, does Carlisle. And
looks like it was Logan Brown on that block there.
Yeah.
That's a huge one. And Carlisle could use that to build some momentum. It fired them up a little bit. Let's see if they can kind of capture lightning in a bottle and get on a run.
One of the things they've not been able to do is get the runs late here, and part of that Sioux City Heelan. They've been able to get everywhere and do it, but let's see now. That one goes wide.
Oh, no, never mind. I think we had a net violation there against Carlisle.
In the net?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Heelan gets the point.
It was late, so we'll go over to Heelan. Making it 17-12, a 5-point lead. Bumped back by Jackson. And hot smash by Kleiss. Heelan's just laying it out right now. They know they have Carlisle on their heels in a desperation situation where they got to get some points, and they just are attacking.
And that's where the difference in experience comes from at the state tournament. You know to kind of step on your opponent's throats when you're in this kind of scenario.
They go with the service error, though. Let's see if Carlisle can get something going back the other way. Isabel Wyckoff comes in to serve. And back-to-back service errors. But it hurts Carlisle more here as they're trailing.
Well, it's the ultimate momentum killer. You know, you get a side out, you're feeling good about yourself, and then it goes in the net on the serve. There's just no worse way to kill momentum.
That jumps over and that's down. And it's kind of like a free throw in that you work so hard and you get to the line, but you got to really concentrate and do your form on every one, because if you can get 100 serves in a row, but that one that misses late is going to get you.
Absolutely. It's the exact right thing. You're all by yourself there. You got to get the point in play so you give yourself a chance, and it just doesn't happen, unfortunately.
Claire Benson gets that one across. Then she saves it there. What do they say, a lift?
Say lift, yeah. They're going to say, I think that the hitter kind of maybe grabbed the ball a little bit and didn't push it through with a flat hand.
So point to Carlisle. Well, that goes a little wild on the serve. That'll be an ace. Channel Seeds ace.
Yeah, just not a great first touch. And that serve receive really hasn't been too much of an issue for Heelan as of late, but it reared its ugly head there.
And a big wind and kill by Ava Lloyd.
A big swing there by Lloyd.
Heelan gets to 20. Back to serve, Mia White. Down the middle. Bumped up by White. Outside, Lloyd drops it in.
And if your Satyrs are rolling right now, Carlisle's still got a timeout to use, but it's sometimes that second timeout isn't worthwhile because the set's gotten too far out of hand sometimes.
Yeah, and they just know they got to get the serve back. They got to get a side out. And there's one there. Whoa, who was that? It went slid under that one.
Lloyd, yeah.
Wow, Lloyd tried to stop and slid under the table at the side of the court there. You don't see that too often.
You don't see that too often. I'm going to say with all of her teammates laughing at her that she's doing okay.
It's like, hey, what are you doing? Get out from under there. We got to finish this set. Here's the serve by Carlisle. They're trying to pull back in it. Bumped over, sent across by Hacker, and it gets down. Wow.
I mean, it really doesn't matter where you put Malia Hacker on the floor. No. Back row, left side, right
middle,
side,
whatever.
Middle, doesn't matter.
Yeah. And there's that final timeout by Carlisle. They try to hold this off here at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
You're watching the Girls Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy. Heelan trying to close it out here. Carlisle, first time down at state, they battled here, but have had trouble late, and a lot of the credit we talked about goes to Heelan. Closing it out. Here we go. Cross corner, Jackson. Bumped back in by Lloyd, and they'll send it over. Chance to set it up, they do. Quick set in the middle, and there's the kill.
And that, I don't want to say it, but that might be all she wrote. I was about to say Carlisle really needs this point. Yeah, but now they're 2 sets away from losing their season here.
Bumped up. Into the block and out.
That's big.
They get it back. Got some work to do, but...
You can't start the comeback without the first point, though. So Chanthabong just kind of flips it into the block. Heelan wasn't quite tight with it and gets it to ricochet out.
Emma Robinson back into the match for Carlisle. Quick set, Hacker.
Great
Goes
save.
wide, but yeah, they saved it. Chance to set it up again. This one in there. Snoozy tried it. Now Hacker again. They get it over at the net, blocked by Snoozy. Still scrambling. Carlisle. Wow. Saved again back there by Lloyd. And man, that was a battle, but unfortunately for Carlisle.
Yep. What a save by Lloyd. Then Hacker just knows, hey, we're not going to do anything with this touch. I'm just going to throw it over. Let's see what happens.
Set point, match point. Ireland Jackson, the libero, back to serve. And it's wide. There's the match. 25-18. Sioux City Heelan will advance to play the winner of our next match. And Carlisle, a good first time down here. Yes. They battled. They took them down to the end, but Heelan just a little more experience, and everything worked right for them toward the end of each of these sets.
Yeah, they drew a tough hand. You know, your first time down here, you've never played at state volleyball, and you go up against a team that I think is one of the top teams in the state in state tournament appearances in Bishop Heelan. So credit to the Crusaders. That's their first win here in a long time. They had been bounced in the state quarterfinal the last few years. A good win.
Carlisle, 3-0. Fans, at this time, please direct your attention to the court for the awards presentation. In addition to receiving their team trophy, each participating player will receive a medal in commemorative volleyball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Gary Ross and Ben Van Wyk.
Ball's out.
Congratulations
Point,
to head
Warriors.
coach Jenna Karpuk and the Carlisle Wildcats on an outstanding 2024 volleyball season. And now, Maddie LaFleur from Sioux City Bishop Heelan will advance her team on the bracket to the semifinal round.
Double touch. Side out point, Xavier. Substitution for the Saints, number 5, Ava Van Berkom to the front row.
Sioux City Bishop
Serving
Heelan
number 1,
fans, her
Josie
team advances
Smith.
to the semifinals and will play on Wednesday at 12:25 right here on court number 2.
And the final here, Sioux City Heelan takes it in 3 sets. A senior-laden Carlisle team, Daniel, but they've set the table for these underclassmen. Yeah, we can get to the volleyball tournament. We did it.
Yep.
We made a good showing here, and they're going out on a high note, these seniors for Carlisle.
And like we talked about set by set, they maybe couldn't get over the hump to win a set here, but they got over the hump to get here. That's step number 1, and now they'll continue to build up the program, and their fans are giving them the much-deserved ovation after a great season. When you can end it in Coralville, it's a great season. Doesn't matter if you're 1st or 8th at the tournament.
They'll play the winner, Sioux City Heelan will, North Scott Glenwood. The top seed, Xavier, battling for their lives right now, down 2-1 here against Sergeant Bluff Luton. Well, pleasure getting to see you do a game with you again. Match again with you here, Daniel. Thanks to Devin and Peter on our crew here today. And that's going to wrap it up from the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.